Hi, I'm Wanda, an AP Statistics tutor. So our question today is the physical plant at the main campus of a large state university receives daily requests to replace fluorescent light bulbs. The distribution of the number of daily requests is bell-shaped, and that just means it's a normal distribution, and has a mean of 63 and a standard deviation of 3. Using the empirical rule, what is the approximate percentage of light bulb replacement requests numbering between 63 and 72? So first, let's look at what we mean by the empirical rule. The empirical rule just simply tells us that when we have a normal distribution, and again, whenever you see the term bell-shaped curves, that implies a normal distribution. So for a normal distribution, about 68% of all the values in that distribution will be within one standard deviation of the mean. In other words, here in this middle blue area. About 95% of all the values in the distribution will be within 2 standard deviations of the mean, from here to here, the blue plus the purple. About 99.7% of all the values in the distribution will be within 3 standard deviations. That's this part, the green, the purple, and the blue, all added together. Everything else, about 3% of the distribution, is outside of this, and that's going to be about half of that is above 3 standard deviations. Because remember, a normal curve, this curve never approaches or never crosses the x-axis. It approaches the x-axis. It goes on forever. So it goes on to infinity in both directions. So we have about 0.15% of our observations are more than 3 standard deviations above the mean, and about 0.15% are more than 3 standard deviations below the mean. So with respect to this specific problem, this problem is giving us the number of requests to change out a fluorescent light bulb each day. So for this particular problem, on an average day, we have about 63 requests to change light bulbs. About 68% of the days between our number of requests are between 60 and 66. That's 63 is the mean. The standard deviation was 3. So 1 standard deviation above the mean is 66. 2 standard deviations above the mean is 69. 3 standard deviations is 72. 1 below the mean is 60. 2 standard deviations below the mean is 63 minus 2 times 3, 6, which becomes 57. And then 1 standard deviation below that is 54. So you want to be able to calculate these numbers for any specific normal distribution. So in this case, on about 99.7% of all the days, because these are the daily requests, the number of requests to change a light bulb is between 54 and 72. Now, let's answer the question. So let's go back. The question asks us specifically, using the empirical rule, what is the approximate percentage of light bulb replacement requests numbering between 63 and 72? That question would have been better asked to say, what is the approximate percentage of the days where the light bulb replacement requests number between 63 and 72? Because it is the daily requests. And again, keep in mind, this empirical rule, these are approximate. It's not exactly 95%, but it's it's close. So now, To answer our question, we want to know what is the proportion of our normal curve that's between 63 and 72. So from here halfway out to here, from the mean to the mean plus 3 standard deviations. Well, if I look at this curve, the easiest way to figure that out is that's half of the 99.7, because 99.7 is between 54 and 72. And between 63 and 72 is half of that. So if we do 99.7 divided by 2, we're going to get 49.85%. That's the easiest way to get this. But just another way, just to help make sure that you understand how to figure out things. The 63 to 72, that's half of the whole distribution. 63 and above is 50%, because 63 is the mean. So it's 50% minus this little part over here, minus everything that is higher than 3 standard deviations. And as I said earlier, this part is about 0.15%. If it was in decimal, it was to be 0.0015, but we're talking about percentages, so we'll leave it in percents. So we could also have gotten it using this method. 50% minus 0.15% is 49.85%. So the answer is 49.85%. If you have any questions about this, feel free to send me a message through Wyzant. Again, my name is Wanda H.